Hi, my name's Ema and today I'm going to show you how to make some luxurious 3-layered gourmet stuffed peppers. It's a totally original recipe that crosses continents. It's Mexican, it's Indian, it's European. It's amazing. Watch and enjoy. This is a totally new channel, so please do like, comment and subscribe. The ingredients you will need for this dish are some rice that I had left over from yesterday. So basically it's just rice that's been fried up in a little bit of oil with different peppers. In fact, the remainder of the peppers that I will be using today, part of those were used to fry up a little bit of cooked rice. The next thing we've got here is some chili, again left over from last night. So we had chili con carne last night with the rice that I just showed you. So there's some chili left over. You can use any type of meat you like. This is ground lamb with some kidney beans, but if you like you can have leftovers from whatever meat you have. Here's some cheese. This is just regular processed cheese. It's cheddar, but you can use any type of processed cheese, and that is really just to give it a nice cheesy covering. Here I have some sweet potato that is mashed up, and that's been seasoned with salt and pepper, and it's got a little bit of butter in there as well. In terms of the Indian flavors that we'll be using, I have and this will basically be to cook the sweet potato in. So what I'll be using is some diced onions. I've got red onions, you can use whatever onions you like. Then I've got some cumin there, but I've got whole cumin. You can use powdered cumin, doesn't really matter. I like the whole one because I like the texture. I've got a little bit of turmeric there. I'd say about 1/4 teaspoon turmeric. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of chili, but I really like chili, so if you don't like chili that much, use 1/4 teaspoon, or you can use paprika instead, or just a dash, or you can use chili flakes. Go wild. And then I've got some coriander powder. Now some people use coriander leaves, which is great, and I don't have any, so I'm just using the powder. And then here I've got some garam masala, which is a mixture of things like cinnamon, bay leaves and stuff. You can buy it at your regular store. And I've got just a dash of pepper here as well. I would say it amounts to less than 1/4 teaspoon actually. And then I've got some diced garlic here. You can use minced garlic or diced garlic, it doesn't really matter, it all melts anyway. And I've got 2 chilies here. Again, I'm really obsessed with chili. If it hasn't got chili in it, I won't eat it. So you know, you don't have to add chilies. And then of course the main flavour, which I'm going to just take you over here because I've got it on boil, are my peppers. So I've got a red, green and yellow pepper that is steaming away. I want to get it to a parboiled texture, so it's not too soft but it's just cooked, so that when I put it in the oven it's actually already you know, started off cooking.
Look, are you gonna save the thing? Yeah. Look.
So basically what I've done is I've just sprayed a little bit of sunflower oil in here, but you can use some butter. The idea is to keep everything a little bit crunchy. So the first thing that will go in is the garlic. So I'm just going to literally just give that a quick stir, and then add in the onions. And I'm just going to add in just a pinch of salt into that. And you want it on a sort of between slow and medium flame, so it doesn't burn, but it's still got a good amount of heat coming to it. And then I will add in those cumin seeds. Give it a stir. A lot of Indian cooking videos show that you add the cumin seeds to begin with, but in this instance I'm going to add them afterwards because I don't want them to brown off too much. And I've cooked it for about another 30 seconds, and I'm going to go in straight with the chili powder and the turmeric. And give that a little stir. You will really feel the spices letting off the flavour, and once you've felt that, it's time to put in the green chilies. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the green chili, and then I am straight away going to put in the mashed sweet potato. Give that a good stir. So I have just blended it all really well in. Sweet potato has got quite a soft texture anyway, so it doesn't take long, and it's already cooked because it's been boiled up. And then what I will do is add all the brown ingredients, as I call them. So I've got a little bit of coriander powder here, and I've got a bit of garam masala, and I've got a bit of pepper to give it a nice bit of seasoning. I'm going to blend that all together, and I'm going to turn the heat off because I don't want those particular powders to cook too much. So that's my sweet potato done, and I will transfer it back into the dish that it came out of. And then we're ready to stuff our peppers. So I'm just checking on my steaming peppers. I'll turn the gas off because I'm pretty confident they're done perfect. So they've got this parboiled texture, but they're not completely soft. They're going to be perfect to go into the oven, and I'm just going to transfer them into my oven dish. So I'm going to use a little tool to help me to do that because I don't want to burn myself. Steam stuff is really hot, so you've got to be very careful that you don't burn yourself thinking that it's going to be cool enough to touch. So now it's time for me to actually stuff, and the reason why I've called them gourmet or luxury peppers is because they've got so many interesting ingredients and they have several layers to it. So the interesting thing about this dish is you can use any one of these ingredients just to fully stuff and then put some cheese on top, and that would still taste amazing. But we're actually going to have 3 different layers, which is quite incredible really. I haven't seen a dish like this on the internet where it's got so many different ingredients. So first I want to go in with my meat, or the chili from our dinner last night. So I'm going to just start off with sort of a third of the pepper stuffed in it. And then I am going with the rice, because the rice will actually soak in those beautiful juices from the chili and the meat. I'm not actually going to need all the ingredients that I've got here, all the rice and stuff, but that is purely because these, like I said, it was my leftover from last night, so I had a little bit more than what I would have cooked just for this dish. Pack it in as much as you can. You want to get lots and lots in there, because otherwise you'll be tasting a lot of pepper, and what you really want is the stuffing. And then I go in with my sweet potato that I have cooked just now and fill it up. Pack it in. This will taste incredible. Nearly there, and I'm just going to go all out and stuff it as much as I can, to be honest. Okay, and then get your processed cheese and put your cheese on top. So I'm not going to put all my cheese on at the same time, because I know what will happen. It will melt in the oven, and then it may well I might well need to put on a bit more so it becomes really cheesy on top. So I'm just going to save, so I'd say go in with half your cheese for the moment, just putting a layer on top. Okay, so I'm just going to get these babies in the oven. So those have been cooking in the oven for about 8 minutes, and I'm just going to check them to see if I need to put the remainder of the cheese on. And yes, they are cooking nicely. They're on around 220 at the moment, so I'm going to put the remainder of the cheese on, and then I'm going to finish cooking them at 180. So now I'm just putting the remainder of the cheese, only a little bit actually, and that's even just to get them really, really cheesy, because they look great already. Okay, back in the oven at 180. Okay, so it's been another 7 minutes, so in total 15 minutes with the first lot of cheese and the second lot, and look at that, it's absolutely amazing. That's done, and I'm just going to pull it out the oven a little bit so you can see. That looks amazing. So just to be safe, I'm going to switch the camera off, take it out and put it in my serving dish, and then I'll show you. And here is the final dish. So look how colourful it looks, and because we've steamed the peppers, they retain their colour, and because we've double cheesed it, it's extra cheesy and crunchy on top. And just to show you the ingredients without the peppers, I've just sort of put a pile of all the ingredients in reverse order. So the cheese is at the bottom, then we've got the meat, and then we've got the rice and the sweet potatoes, and I'm just garnishing it with a wedge of lime and some lettuce. Enjoy! Now for the ultimate taste test. Here's my husband and my son.
What a nice day for doing nothing. Daddy Pig loves doing nothing. Oh, it's me, Daddy Pig. We've let the garden get a bit out of control. What do you mean? Okay, let's all play with this spotty ball. The ball is lost in the long grass. Now or never.
So first my son.
I'm sure it's here somewhere. Daddy Pig has found the lawnmower. It's a bit old and rusty. It'll have the grass cut in no time.
Thumbs up, I think. Try it at home and enjoy with your family.